Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. Today we're going to take an adventure, a small road trip to Toronto, just to let you guys check things out. And also we're going to head back to the kitchen and make some delicious condensed milk icing cinnamon rolls. So let's get into it. So due to the pandemic, I know that everybody's been stuck inside, but what we have found very helpful in the past year is just to take random drives, just to get familiarized with our city, go out into the country for drives, and just take in nature, take in all the beauty and everything that we're so constantly grateful for around us. As you can see, it's a beautiful afternoon. The sky's lit. You can see all those nice buildings as you pass by on Park Lane. So it gives you a really nice way to enjoy but still be safe. Toronto has some really beautiful lakefront properties that stretches across the lake. And I'm pretty sure that the people who live in those condos, they really have a nice view to wake up to, especially on days like this when the sun's just gleaming. It makes you really, really happy to be in an environment where you get all that beautiful goodness all around. So you get a really nice stunning view as you pass the Humber Bay Arch Bridge. And there's a nice pathway that just runs right along. There's some pretty historic monuments and some little its and bits that you can see, but best of all, the waterfront out there is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of people, they go biking, they go for walks in the afternoon along Lakeshore, and then you can definitely just park, and take it all in. It's a little bit cold, so it's not the ideal situation to be out there for a long time. As you can see, signs of spring. The ice has started to melt and there's those beautiful swans out there. People are just out there taking some fresh air. Based on the pandemic, everybody's been locked in, getting a little bit too homesick. So it's nice to come out when the environment's a bit controlled and take a little bit of fresh air. But you can't overdo. Like, a lot of people go into crowded areas and it becomes a hazard after a while. But if you're going to be outside, just be safe and have fun. As you can see, the ice has really started to melt a lot. Soon signs of spring. There's ducks, there's swans. You've got that stunning view of downtown Toronto in the horizon, CN Tower, all the buildings, and the sun's just gleaming in as it's about to set. So it's a really nice indication spring is near. You can see the birds fly by, and it's just one of those things that you just come for a few minutes, you take a good few breaths of fresh air, and you enjoy with your family. So we're going to be leaving now from this area that we stopped, just to take in a little bit of fresh air and enjoy the views of Lakeshore. We're going to take a short drive into downtown Toronto, where we're going to just check out some of the buildings downtown. Then we're going to head to Nathan Phillips Square, where we're going to see some ice skating and just take it all in for a bit. I think the pandemic has taught us all some very important lessons, and one of the most important things that we must realize is to be constantly grateful for the environments that we're in, and just take a little time to enjoy the view. That's one of the most important things. Sometimes we are so focused on working and getting on with our busy lives that we don't take any time to enjoy the beauty that is just naturally all around us. So wherever you live, whatever you do, just take a moment and enjoy it all. As we drive by, the mesmerizing view of the sunset is just something that you have to see with your own eyes to take it all in. And it is truly, truly stunning. The colors are just nice and bright, and you can see that spring's just peeking in there, waiting patiently to get rid of this winter so that it can pop out. But all in all, this is just one of those beautiful afternoons that you remember for a lifetime.
Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. We dip our feet at the water's edge, and everyone would come along to meet us there. We'll have a competition to see who can trap for longer, 'cause every year my body's getting stronger. We can swim all day and dance into the night, but we're not coming home till the moonlight shines, till the moonlight shines. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
So here we are at downtown Toronto. We're just gonna do a little bit of drive-by from inside of our car. We're gonna be just showing you the city skyline and some great pieces of architecture. One York is one of my favorite new buildings that's up here, and it's a really cool marvel when you take a good look at it. I wish I can show you guys what the view is like from up there, but for now we're just gonna keep it safe and take some spectacular views from the sunroof in the heart of downtown Toronto. So this is one of my personal favorite places in the city, the Fairmont Royal York. Just a shout out to all the staff at the Fairmont. I miss you guys so much. The clock bar, the library bar, there's some amazing food there in the city. The accommodation's great, but the food is definitely on point. And if you haven't had the chicken and waffles at the Fairmont Royal York, it's something that you must try. You'd never expect that in the heart of downtown Toronto, you get the best Southern style chicken and waffles. So Toronto has some pretty iconic buildings. It's got a lot of new architecture, a lot of new marvels that are upcoming right now, but let's not forget the buildings that were built back in the British and the colonial days. Those are some architecture marvels that are in the city that are definitely underrated. There's also a lot of homes, a lot of giant houses that were constructed during those times as well. And it's something that really tells a rich story about the history of Toronto, all the way from City Hall to many of the different iconic buildings that spread across the city. You really do get to dive into Toronto's rich cultural history. So we decided to take a quick stop at Nathan Phillips Square. Due to the pandemic, a lot of people have not been coming out here, which is kind of a good thing because you do not want to be in any large crowds. We chose a day that was not so busy, so we head down into the underground parking where there wasn't a lot of people as well, and then we masked up and came outside. There is a few people out and about in the city. There's some people in the skating rink, and then just some people taking pictures. This is a spot that a lot of tourists come to. You know, in the summertime, it's really popular with a lot of vendors. They've got shows and concerts and stuff that are held here. And then there's also the skating rink, which is here in the wintertime. Kids come out, you know, to live in the city for, you know, a lot of activities that happens right here in Toronto. And not forgetting the Toronto sign, everybody comes to take pictures here. We had a really nice time coming out here. I wish I could skate. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but for all you lovers of, you know, skating, hey, why not, you know? So then you have a really cool view of the Toronto City Hall, which was built back in 1961. And these two buildings house all the offices under the municipality of the City of Toronto. Starting to get late, but as we drive out, you can get a cool view of historic old City Hall building, the City of Toronto, which was built back in 1889. So that's something that's pretty iconic. I think one of the things that a lot of people, especially the residents of the City of Toronto, misses is just going out, having a great time at all the wonderful food places here in the city. There's some pretty cool food spots ranging from all different types of cuisines and cultures right here locally in Toronto. I can't wait to be doing some live vlogs where I visit different restaurants and different cool spots that we can eat at during the summertime. I'm hoping, with fingers crossed, that this pandemic will soon be over and we can just get back to our normal lives of having fun and getting some good eats. So as we head on out of the city to the Gardiner Expressway, we're going to be passing by, of course, the legendary, the iconic CN Tower, which is like the heart of the city. And as you can see, all those beautiful colors just illuminated. The CN Tower was built back in 1973, and it's definitely one of the marvels of the world. And a lot of tourists come here just to get a glimpse. When it's regular time, non-pandemic, you can actually go up there. There's a beautiful restaurant that you can dine in and get some really cool 360 views of the city. Then you've got the Rogers Centre. That's the home of the Toronto Blue Jays. Definitely not, you know, happening right now. Nothing's happening there, but pretty soon, you know, it's going to be back up and running once this pandemic's done. So we've just enjoyed like a really quick ride into the city, and you know, we started off hitting up Lakeshore, then we ended up into downtown Toronto, just kind of like driving around, showing you a few cool things here and there. And it's been such a pleasure having you on this journey. I do hope that you enjoyed all of the really cool things that the city has to offer. So now we're gonna head into the kitchen. Today we're gonna be making some Cinnabon inspired cinnamon rolls, but we're gonna make it with a little bit of twist. We're gonna do a condensed milk icing, which is absolutely delicious, and everybody's surely gonna enjoy this one. So as you can see, I've had my dough chill for a little bit, and I've just rolled it out. I've added some fresh cinnamon onto it. I did add a little bit of lemon zest in my dough as well. I will be listing the full recipe in the description of this video. And so now I'm gonna be just smearing on my mixture of brown sugar, cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla extract, and I'm gonna just put that all onto my dough as I rolled it out. And then I'm going to tuck the ends and just roll it into a long log, which I will divide into equal parts, and that's how we're gonna go from here. So I'm just gonna tuck down the ends and roll it over, just making sure that everything stays intact. I'm gonna just grab the ends so that, you know, it's nice and even. Basically, this recipe will give you a dozen cinnamon rolls. So this is what it should look like. I'm using my bench marker, and I'm gonna just divide it in equal parts. I've cut the log into 2 pieces, and then I divide it into 6. So I'm just gonna pre-mark it before I cut it so that I can have equal measurement, and all my cinnamon rolls are gonna come out, you know, in a bit of a uniform way when they're baked. So this is what they should look like. As you can see, the filling is starting to seep out a little bit, but try not to let any of it fall out now, because that's the really good stuff inside, and you want it to make sure that it's baked into the cinnamon roll so that it's not boring and it has all the flavors inside. So I've lined one of my baking dishes with a piece of parchment paper, and I'm just gonna layer all of my cinnamon rolls from the bottom side up. I'm gonna continue cutting my other half. So I first divide it into 2, and then I make 3 equal portions. Then I just cut it all up and add it to my baking pan. So as you can see so far, this recipe is spill proof, and it is not that complicated. It definitely is a much more homely feeling when you can make your own stuff rather than just going to buy the store-bought stuff. I will admit, Cinnabons are the best, and you know, there's no comparison. Like, we've got to give them their props. But when you make a fresh batch of cinnamon rolls, whether you're making it for brunch or you're just having it there for your family to snack on, it's definitely something that you can treat yourself to. So there we go. We've got all 12 of our cinnamon rolls into our lined pan. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just cover this up with plastic wrap, and we're gonna put a nice towel over it and just leave it for about an hour so that it can rise again. I'm just gonna dust it lightly with a little bit of cinnamon. You can never get too much cinnamon on a cinnamon roll. This is what adds this unique flavor, and cinnamon is such a wonderful spice. It adds so much flavor, and it contrasts the taste really good. So after an hour, this is what my cinnamon rolls will start to look like. They're gonna puff up nicely. They look like they're done, but they haven't even started baking yet. So they're gonna get nice and spongy and cushiony and just facing each corner of this lined pan. So this is definitely what you want it to look like before you put it into the oven. So I'm gonna preheat my oven to 350 degrees. I'm gonna hit my pan up in there. So while this is baking, I'm gonna finish up my icing, and you will not believe how simple this icing is to make. I've gone a little bit of a different direction. I've used 1 cup of sweetened condensed milk, which I've chilled overnight in the refrigerator, and a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and I just whisked it with my hand mixer until it was nice and fluffy and light. One thing that you will love about this frosting, it does not get runny. It does not get sloppy. It stays on there, and it stays consistent for the next few days. So my cinnamon rolls are all nice and brown and well baked and cooled. So now I'm gonna just dollop on the icing that we finished up just a short moment ago, and let's see what happens and how it looks when it's all done. Make sure you get that icing into every single nook and cranny on the cinnamon rolls, because you want every single bite to pull apart with that beautiful icing just lacing it. So here we are at the moment of truth. Everything's nice and frosted, and there we go. We're gonna just take one right out. So as you can see, it's very delicate, it's light and fluffy. There's specks of cinnamon on the sides, very flaky, and then you've got that nice icing just covering the entire Cinnabon. So this is something that you definitely must try, and you have to try it out for yourself. And let me know what you think. Follow the recipe, make your own version to it, leave a comment in the comment section, and just let me know what you think of it and how it worked out for you. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. We started off with doing that really cool tour of Lakeshore and then heading into downtown Toronto, Nathan Phillips Square. Then we head back here into the kitchen and we made these wonderful cinnamon rolls that we're surely gonna enjoy. I've sprinkled on a little bit of cinnamon to top it off, and bon appetit. So until next time, remember to like, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you get all the cool content. And we'll hope to see you soon on the next vlog. Take care.